YouTube is one of the most powerful vehicles to generate free real estate leads and leverage your time. But it's not as easy as just posting a video and watching the leads roll in. If you're interested in learning how to generate real estate leads from YouTube, be sure to stick around. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know in order to grow your real estate business without ever making a cold call, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so you'll never miss a video. So as I mentioned, today we're talking about the truth about getting real estate leads on YouTube. And it is such a powerful way to generate leads, but it's not as simple as just uploading your video and then watching the leads roll in. My very first tip to get started on YouTube is start. Video can be really intimidating, and all of us, myself included, are terrible when we first start out. It's embarrassing and painful to watch my older videos. It is bad. That's all there is to it. But none of us are good at anything until we get started and start practicing and keep doing it over and over again. So join the club of being terrible on video when you first get started. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Keep recording your videos and you will improve. I promise you, even by just your third or fourth video, you'll start to feel more comfortable and then you'll get more and more polished over time. Next up to get leads from YouTube is give the people what they want. You can't just post anything that you feel like and think you're going to get leads. You won't. You'll end up discouraged and think that it doesn't work, and that's not the case. You have got to make sure that you are putting up videos that people actually want to see and that people are searching for. So you could start out by, if you're going to do your YouTube channel around the general area that you sell in, you're going to want to do some research and see, pros and cons of living in Alexandria, or 5 reasons not to move to Northern Virginia, or 5 reasons to move to Northern Virginia. You've got to do some research to determine what people are searching for so that you can make the content that they're actually interested in. Once you've shot your video, you also have to optimize it. You can't just upload it, publish it, and think the leads are going to roll in. That's not going to work either. You have to have the right title, the right description, the right tags, the right chapter. There's a whole process that goes into optimizing your videos for YouTube. You want a thumbnail that's actually going to catch people's attention so they click on your video. There's a process you want to follow. Don't just shoot a video, stick it on YouTube, and think that you're going to get leads. I touched on it briefly, and this is a big one: thumbnail design. You need a thumbnail that's going to make people stop in their tracks as they're scrolling down YouTube and go, ooh, I really want to click on this, so that they start watching your video. That is really the number one place. People look at thumbnails even more than they look at titles when they're searching. So you've got to have something that pops. And if it's in your budget, I highly recommend having someone do this for you. You can go on Fiverr and get a thumbnail done for $5 or $10, just depending on what seller that you go with. And it not only saves you a ton of time, but quite frankly, I would say 95% of the time, hiring someone to do this is going to give you a much better product than if you're doing it yourself. But the time factor is also massive. It probably takes me, I would say, over an hour to design a thumbnail because I'm not good at it. That's not my thing. So I keep tweaking and changing, where I can place an order on Fiverr for 5 thumbnails and have them within 3 days time. And it's about $50 plus whatever tip I give to the seller. Highly recommend it if that's in your budget. Definitely go that route. Next up is be consistent. Consistency is a make or break factor on YouTube. We all know Google owns YouTube, and Google is looking for consistency, whether it's YouTube or if you have, say, a WordPress blog. They want consistency. And in addition to making sure that Google is happy with you so that you're actually showing up in the search results on YouTube and on Google, you also want your audience to learn that they can rely on you, that you're going to post once a week or twice a week, 3 times a week, Whatever your schedule is, stick to that week after week, month after month, year after year, so that your audience builds trust in knowing that you're going to be adding content consistently and they're going to keep coming back to absorb and basically watch your videos. When you're building your audience, you want them to come to rely on you as a resource, and the only way to do that is to show up consistently. They will come to rely on you knowing that you're going to be consistently putting out content, and they will keep coming back to absorb that content. The sixth action you want to take in order to get leads from YouTube is a call to action. This is one of the biggest missteps that I see agents make. They jump on the video, they introduce themselves, and at that point, you've already lost some of the viewers because it's boring, and quite frankly, they really don't care about us. They want to know the information that you're sharing, not who you are. So you really want to have a call to action early on in your video, hook them in to want to watch more. Start your video out with why they should watch and then why they should continue watching. Next is monitoring your data. And early on, YouTube isn't going to have a lot of data for you because your channel is just starting out, but it's good to get in the habit as soon as you start your YouTube channel. I would say once a week early on, because YouTube's going to be gathering the data at that point. But you want to be in the habit of monitoring your data, because what's going to happen over time is that data is not only going to tell you what your audience is watching, but it's also going to tell you when your audience is watching. And that's very important, because then you can modify your posting schedule to be when the majority of your audience is watching. I've found that a lot of the audience on the local channel that I have, they're watching between 7 and 10 p.m. So we've adjusted to post videos in the evening so that they're hopping on and seeing the latest content that's just come out. Again, it's going to take a little bit of time to actually get the data to come in from YouTube, but put yourself in that habit of monitoring it so that you can adjust accordingly for what you're shooting and then when you're publishing it. Last is commit. And I know that seems really basic, and it is, but so many agents give up way too soon because they just simply haven't committed to publishing content long enough. On my local area real estate channel, I didn't get a lead for 6 months and absolutely wanted to give up more than one time. Then I got one lead, and then another 4 months passed until any other leads came in. This is a long game, and it takes a lot of commitment on your part to build a YouTube channel that is successful in the form of leads actually coming into you. But ask yourself, if you're starting to get discouraged because you're not getting leads, ask yourself, would you rather go back to buying leads? Not so much. Would you rather go back to cold calling and getting hung up on or cursed out? Not so much again. So yes, it can be easy to get discouraged just because you're building a lead machine and it takes time. You've got to just keep stacking those videos up week after week. But the beauty about YouTube is once you've built it and once you have the leads coming in, you literally have a lead machine working for you 24/7. And that's what initially attracted me to YouTube, is the fact that you can be generating leads quite literally in your sleep. That is massive for you to be able to leverage your business and also leverage yourself if you reach a point where you no longer want to actively sell and work with clients. You just want to manage your business. YouTube can do that for you, but it takes commitment and it takes time. If you've already started a YouTube channel and you'd like to drop the link to your channel below, please feel free to comment with that. I'd be happy to follow you. And if you're still thinking about getting started with YouTube, just start. It's okay that it's not going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. We're all humans. Just start doing it. Do your research. Make sure that you are publishing optimized videos that are actively being searched for, and you will find that over time, it's going to take some months, but over time, you will build a lead machine that generates leads for you 24/7 for free. If you got some value from today's video, I would truly appreciate it if you'd give me a like, or if you have the time and have a comment, please drop it below. Until next time, I hope you take care. Thanks for tuning in.